Will Robinson here from Robinson's Auto Tools and Time.com. Welcome back, guys. Today in the shop we have a 2000 or a 99. Will be the same either way. GMC Suburban, pickup truck, Tahoe, you name it. For many years, this is going to be the same process. We're going to go in there and replace the rear leaf springs. Shocks were done recently, so without further ado, guys, let's just jump in there and do it to it. Saturate everything down. Not that it's gonna do much good. Process will be the same on both sides. I know this looks shady. 21 millimeter. I'm just hoping it's not stuck in the bushing. A lot of times it is. A lot of times these don't want to turn, but I got a 21 millimeter on the back side, breaker bar. We're going to use a pipe, a little helper. I believe it's turning inside the bushing. This happens almost all the time. I need a big BFH. Let's see if she knows what that is. Usually doesn't work. The problem is it's in rubber, and the rubber takes up a lot of the guarantee they're not going to go. That's why I usually cut them. I'm done with it. Hey, Tammy. Safety glasses on, yes?
Safety glasses on.
Alright, I'm going to have Tammy turn it. We actually got it to move a little bit. I thought the camera was rolling. I have Tammy pushing down. Going to have to replace this bolt. But, alright, push it down. And we're going to have to move. Hopefully it's just not the bushing. Push it in deeper. Alright, hang on. Move.
Sorry.
Alright, I think we're going now. My next thing I would have had to do is take a cutoff wheel and cut them, or a torch. These don't go. Cut them. I'm hoping everything goes smooth as silk. That one broke, right?
Yep.
There's also a broken one on the other side that we haven't even tried messing with, but it was just broken. One of the reasons why we're replacing these today. So if they break, they break. We got new ones. Not sure if this socket will work any better, but I don't have a shallow 21 millimeter impact socket. If I had to put a chrome socket on it, we'll put a chrome socket on it and see if this one does any better. Oh, snapped her right off, and she did. I think we had her broke already, but you could tell. I've had this thing for many years. I think that was just a little luck of the draw, but these were all but ready to fall out. The rear was about ready to go. Keep going. Well, Those are hot. All right, all this is just dangling in there now. We're gonna see if we could pull this the rest of the way out. Well, not pull, we know that's not gonna happen. Okay. We won't have to make many sparks, but I'm gonna run out of room quick here, so I'm gonna need I think at this point I could drive it out. Get a I'll just leave my punch in there. Essentially hold that for me. Point to my chrome sockets. Oh, yeah. Let me see a pipe, Timmer. Little cheater bar, I should call it. Alright, I'm just gonna use a ratchet. Oh, and I was just hoping it was spinning on me and I'd be like, oh man, it's spinning on me. But I didn't get that button. Because I would have been happy if it was spinning on me. Most times you're upset when something spins on you. Believe me, in this case, I'm very happy. Because this one is the way you want to come out. A little whack. I'm going to jump on the back side. I'm going to have Tammy pull the trigger, and I'm going to just sit here and give it. Okay, so unfortunately that one is not budging for us. So we're gonna have to get up in there with a cutoff wheel or a torch. I'm out of acetylene, so I'm gonna use a cutoff wheel. Emergency brake cables are in the way a little bit, but I should be able to pull them out of the way enough. If not, I'll have to pull them apart, and at that point, most likely replace them. So I'm hoping to be able to move them out of the way. 13 millimeter here for this retaining bracket. It's just like a little spring clip. Oh yeah, and that should give us enough to get the cutoff wheel up in there. All right guys, things took a little bit of a turn, so this is like the next day. I got a 6-inch angle grinder, and you're gonna need 6-inch, 4.5. Isn't gonna get you up in there. In addition, I space it out with a double lock. I know that's not the correct way to do it. Pretty much it gives me a flush front. You know, it's an offset wheel to begin with. That allows me to get up where you can't really do it with anything else. The way it normally goes, the threads would stick out about this far. Next thing you know, you're cutting in on an angle. A lot of people aren't used to the 6 inches. They're used to the 4.5 inches, and they cut their fingers off. So let's not be one of those people. It's a true story, by the way. Safety glasses, safety gear, fire watch, fire protection. All right, people, here we go. Be safe. Also gotta remember your gas tank's back this way. If you can find a way to diffuse the sparks, it'd be better. This is gonna work. You also see that I took the emergency bracket cables. I got one of them switched up over here, and I got the other one tied back. So they're both out of the way. Well, there's one of them. Get in there and cut the other half and we're good. Like butter. Like butter.
Like butter. Just got to pull out the top there.
She's ready to go. I'm just weak. Alright, so you see what this has to do? You gotta unhook it from here.
Yeah.
So you gotta lift it up high enough to pick it up over that. Pick it up. Alright, so we picked up everything new. The springs already come with new bushings installed. Thank God we don't have to worry about that. So we're just gonna put this one on the back. These are lock bolts, so they're only gonna screw on so far. Just put it together the same way as you took it apart. On top of the spring, you're gonna need this plate. We'll set that on there once we get this spring up in place. But we can leave everything loose like this. We'll take our bolts out. Make sure everything's clean. Now remember, I know. I gotta get it up on. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, hang on. Let's see what we got back here. Oh, perfect. There's your bolt. Bolt number 1. Like so. We're going to leave pretty much everything loose. I'll run them down a little bit with the impact, and then we'll crank them down once it's on the ground. All right, we got our new U-bolts. We're going to go over the top. All right, washer. This here, as long as your center bolt is in, we can take and run these right down. That is what it is and gonna be tomorrow. All right, 80 foot-pounds. We're gonna go 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, check it. You're gonna stretch a little bit. You can even take it for a ride, check them again. Now for the shackle bolts and the bracket bolt, I'm gonna run them down close with the impact gun, front and back, and then we'll torque it once it's on the ground. But that's where we stand. on the bracket. It's hard to see from the other side, so I'm hoping to give you guys a good demonstration here. Is that better?
Yeah.
But the reason I have you make sure everything is flat like this, because we have to go straight up. You see what I mean? Straight up. And then you gotta cut through the bushing and the bolt. Hopefully you get really close to the head of the bolt. But this will get you nice and flat into it. And then you'll jump out and do the same thing out here. But this inner one is gonna be your toughest battle. And that's where the 6-inch angle grinder, cutoff wheel, spaced out, offset, the whole 9 yards comes in handy. Wear your safety glasses. No pressure being on it.
The bumper was in the way a little bit.
Oh yeah, what am I supposed to do? Alright guys, you see me struggle enough with the other side. Trying to get these loose. I'm not gonna struggle any longer. We're gonna give her the whole 6 inches. Remember, she wasn't happy with 4.5. So it seems to be loosening it coming out, you know. We're getting her to come with 6. I'd rather break like that. And we were all through except for a little tiny tip. Beautiful thing. That's probably good right there. About 30. About 30. So it seems like they're both about 30 on center off the center pin. However, what you will notice is towards the back shackle, the one that has the shackle to the bracket, you see how this is closer to here? Well, if you look here, this here is closer, and this one's further away. Okay, so I just put them back in the same way. There you go. That's it right there.
Much easier.
So far, so good. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But now I gotta get the rear back into the pin. Okay, we're back in. Bolts are all started. Now we'll put this top plate. Put that on like so. That's the way we took it off. Okay. Oh yeah. Like a glove. Okay, now that it's down on the ground, the shackle bolts, the bracket bolts are all still loose. So there's a total of 1, 2, 3 on each side. So 6 bolts that have to be torqued to 70 foot-pounds. You can take and torque them all at this point.